Alright, I want to see how this would work. Hold on. New screen. Where is it? Bam, bam. But see how this would work. Don't. Okay. Ah, would it be a big library? Look down and updated today. 15. Let's see what happens.
We saved $85 by literally clicking twice and installing a free browser add-on. Honey, anytime you check out on your computer, it will
I've seen hell in you, but you don't care, no. You don't care, no. You just rather watch me fall from a quarter mile. I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw.
Let's see if I can like kind of change that. Yo, yeah. Where's this going on, man? One second. Okay, so that dropped down. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out his audio real quick. Okay, so that turned way up. So I would say like, I'd say put that down like all the way down there, and that'd be probably good. Maybe even lower, actually. There we go. Now I don't have to hear myself. I can turn on the video. Okay, let's try to figure out where INS is. I think that's perfect volume. If it's not perfect volume, say so in advance. 662. They're rallying sugarcane. It's a big ass target, man. That dude's a maxed out player and everything. Why does he have all his gear off? Mr. Tanahashi got capped. Is Sugarcane quitting the game? What was the point of that? What was the point of that? Whoa, so yeah. Trying to figure out this whole audio thing. Maybe. Oh, he's got no gear on. Did he just take that like basically no gear? Or? Hold on, let me figure out this desktop audio real quick. I think if we turn it up just a little bit, then it's gonna be like the perfect amount. He's quitting. Go to his live stream. Why would I go to another person's live stream? At that point, I would just go find something else to watch, you know? Hey, what's up, Fresh Apple? How you doing, man? I'm about to go to like a different, I guess, YouTuber's live stream or whatever. I doubt he's quitting. Honestly. I don't think so. I mean, he just healed. Why else would he heal? Just went up 6 million. This just seems like stupid to me. It looks like just fun rallying, to be honest. And now all of a sudden he's at 32 million. Yeah, okay, yeah, quitting my ass. Okay. It's got to be some kind of for fun thing, or maybe they were really trying to come at him. The thing, I mean, yeah, he got his leader back. Tashi got his leader back, so I doubt he's quitting. He healed. Maybe the guy just decided, hey, you know, I'm not going to put on gear or whatever, and then we'll see what happens. And he's kind of baiting like that. No, Tashi blackwinged him? Wow. I doubt it did jack shit, because, honestly speaking, if you send a blackwing at somebody, if you guys didn't know this, it goes right into your sanctuary. We found this out the other day. Actually, Tashi live streamed our report. It's a dark nest. For some reason, Tashi thought he could just, I don't know why he did this without our permission, but he used our report and showed everybody that Blackwing actually, when you Blackwing somebody's things, like somebody's troops, and say above 1.25 million goes and gets redded, right? And like full red deads, right? Because, okay, I gotta retry to explain this. Basically, say Tashi would rally me on my account, and I get 1.8 total red deads from getting Blackwinged, right? What the 1.25 of those 1.8 is going to go to my sanctuary, as long as I've got the space for it. And I guess, let's see, Tashi Blackwing, she got 38 million troops, 10 million HT5. Yeah, they're not even doing shit to that, man. My ass. Okay, he was just at. No, he is quitting. No, whoa. I'm high. I was looking at the wrong person. I'm like, wait, Super Tashi, wasn't he just 3 billion? And I don't know, I was like, Sugarcane was just 3 billion. I'm like, what the fuck? Clicked on the wrong person. Yeah, they're not doing shit to him. This is a waste of time. Sugarcane's online. He literally healed. Looks like 661's got, looks like EXR has got basically full control. I guess everybody probably left 661 by now. So I got 566. Let's see if it's still active. Oh, y'all missed it today. I wasn't able to stream. There was a monster hitting your kingdom. Holy shit, that's a big drop, man. You guys missed it today. So these like 6'9" dudes came up in our kingdom just this morning, and you know, they thought they were all big and bad, and I actually ended up recording it all because I was on like most of this morning, but I had to do like a little bit change my setup, so I was just kind of on watching and recording, but I wasn't really able to like stream at the time because I would have had to end the stream like right after. But they came after this guy Kuma Sang, right? This, you know, so first of all, they came after EL with a I believe it was a reinforcement trap, and obviously the dude got capped, but he used his thing, right? And he used his familiar to get his leader back. Well, they attacked a different guy, Kuma Sang. Let's see. We've got Kuma Sang, who has apparently come back to this kingdom. But so they used the thing on him, and they hit a bunch of T2. Hit a whole giant wall of T2. His guild full of reinforcement. He was online. He was in fury. They came at him, imprisoned, of course, but got it because of the familiar. They tried him again. This time he had ported away. I think each one of these was like full counter because these leads are pretty good. Let's check it out. Like these guys are some like seriously good leads, right? And then Mr. Chiefs comes in again, gets capped. Well, all the while, two of their guys. Let's go into the guild. I can show you guys. Two of their guys ended up soloing him, and getting this. You got Stashi, whatever you want to call it, and then there was like another one who ended up coming up in here and getting capped. Little Star ended up coming up in here, also getting capped by a solo, like by soloing him. And so this dude ends up, you know, migrating out with 4 leaders and charges them all, I think, like 200,000 per each leader. It was insane. It was insanely funny too. They got all butthurt right afterwards, because we were talking a lot of shit. Okay, so we got 566, and it looks like WoW's going on still. But has guilds migrated out of here? I mean, we got RIR. I've never heard of these guys. How big are they? Oh, 90 billion. Okay. I don't know if it's like a newly formed guild or something. Maybe like change name or something. I don't know. XEX. Oh, XEX. I've seen XEX before. Oh, he's shielded. Let's move on to 180 and 376. I doubt anything's going on in 376, but typically it happens in the morning for me. Currently it's the afternoon. Let's check it out. Oh, we got a big battle for WoW. See if we can get Ethan up in the call. What does the audio sound like in here? Is it alright? Let's check it out. Oh, we got a big battle for WoW. See if we can get Ethan up in the call. I want to scrap the music idea for now, actually. I was going to do music, but I feel like I should just scrap that. So we got what appears to be a BXN, a long time coming in. This is the only time I've actually seen BXN active, because this guild is typically, like, they only participate in WoW, and any other time they're just sitting there in shields or chilling with prisoners, in the Wondergrass. Looks like they just came in, they've taken over the fort. So NSE just had the fort, so they'll probably be setting a rally in a second here. We can kind of come back to this. I see a lot of the lower kingdoms are becoming more active. Like, check that shit out. Kingdom number 4. Kingdom number 4 is coming up. Kingdom number 2 is about to be, like, heavily populated. 454 was where we had just came from, and that was, like, it got, like, really heavy populated right before we left. That's kind of why we left. And now Kingdom 2 is getting that same way, and it's about to become one of those new, like, those like big Titan kingdoms. I heard CU dot is actually coming over soon, so of course we'll be getting out of here. Those types of players, it's just not fun to play against. Not at all. But I guess when it comes to some familiars, that IGG just kind of made void, you know. Like some of like the Blackwing familiar with this past update, they kind of made it void. So, let's see. Let's check out 454. I heard CU Woody was absolutely ripping everybody apart in that kingdom. There's no way this guy decided to quit. Who the fuck is this guild? Huh. Got some threats on our Diplo board. Seems like usual. Looks like they're setting a rally, though. Mr. Boast here. I wonder exactly who he's setting on. No way it's Sugarcane himself. I mean, we saw him dip down to, like, I think 2.999 billion. But then he healed right back up to 3.032 billion. I mean, INS Sweetbeard's coming in. Okay, so it's got to be some kind of important rally. So we know that Sugarcane's online. Are these like tests? Are these tests to see the sanctuary? Oh. I wonder. I wonder if they're trying to test a new update right now. Tashi's gonna get rallied? No way, man. Not a chance Tashi gets rallied. Well, I guess if they do obviously rally Tashi, then I mean it's gonna get capped, without a doubt about it. But what's the point? That's just wasting money at that point. Unless they're really trying to test a new update. Which would make sense why he Blackwinged him, right? I'm trying to test the theory of does Blackwing actually affect your base, or does it all go to the Sanctuary up to the 1.25 million cap? I wonder if that's exactly what they're testing. And that's why he didn't have any gear on. That's why he kind of like took the hit. That would make a hell of a lot more sense than just Sugarcane quitting. They must be testing out the new update. There's no other explanation for this. Is Tashi also setting a rally? Kind of confused by this. Looks like Tashi's also setting a rally on something. I wonder what exactly they're testing. Honestly speaking, I might just go look at it.
Alright? Luke's gonna give me a Baron Bank.
See what he's got to say.
Alright? I'll fucking take it. I'll fucking take it. I'll fucking take it. Okay? I'll fucking take it. Oh, and then I have to, So, basically no gear, except for my, cancer. No gear except for my cancer. Then I shelter my leaf.
So what exactly is going on here?
Fuck! I don't want to do it, boys!
What is he about to get a full countered Blackwing, like with range?
Fuck. Fuck! Oh shit, they're rallying this guy. Is he gonna take it? Oh dude, he's got mythic gear. Better boast. Ah, dude, not like this. Fuck! 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 Ah, I don't want to do it! I don't want to do it! god, it's gonna hurt.
He's being rallied by someone? Yeah, he's being rallied by Shuriken currently.
Oh god!
How's the audio working with this? Let me see. Is it double over or is it like...
Fuck! 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 I don't want to do it! Guys. Sub to the fucking channel, alright? I'm doing this for you! Alright? I'm doing this for you! Sub to the channel! Like the fucking video! Alright? Smash that like button! And join the notification gang. Alright? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, it's fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. It's okay. Guys, I have my lead shelter.
Oh wow, Shuriken
Meaning
doesn't have that much T2.
none of my stats will go into battle.
You think Tashi's gonna burn with no stats, taking a range on... I think it's debatable. I think it's gonna be a big hit, but I think he's still gonna cap.
Guys, my leader is sheltered. My leader is sheltered. It's lagging? Oh no, not like this. Okay, is that better, boys? Oh my fucking god. I can't believe I'm actually doing this.
I can't really tell what's gonna happen here. I'm gonna turn up the desktop audio a little bit. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I can't believe I'm actually fucking doing this.
You got a minute and 5 seconds before this rally hits.
I can't believe I'm actually doing this.
You said 4 million reds?
Guys, my tier 2 is all gonna fucking disappear. Oh my fucking god. Oh fuck. Oh no.
No, it's definitely...
Ah! I don't want it.
He doesn't want to take it, man.
I
He
don't
doesn't
like
want
it.
to take it because it's
I
going
don't
to
like
hurt
it.
him quite
I
a
don't
bit.
like
He
it
knows
one
that
bit.
for a
I
fact.
don't like it one bit. I don't like it one bit. I don't like it one bit.
No, sad story.
Oh.
Alright, so you're starting off about 2.2 bills.
Oh fuck! Fuck! Oh, that wasn't that bad.
I barely did
30
jack
million?
shit.
Oh!
Oh, I guess
Fuck! I don't like that number.
that's gonna be a lot of
like
pressing
that
buttons
number.
for him.
I fucking Trojan too, you fucking cock. Hey! I'm glad.
Okay.
That it didn't.
He only, yeah, he got
touch
4.4
my
million
tier
troops
fours.
off that
Okay.
rally.
I'm just happy I didn't touch my tier 4s.
Oh, he was Hellfire
Oh,
too.
Actually. Oh! Not my tier 4s! Or as you fucking cunt, you touch my tier 4s! Shitballs.
I'm interested because I want him to go down to the sanctuary now.
Clothesline.
Is it confirmed? 'Cause I It is confirmed.
Ah, fuck, man. The things that I do to make everybody fucking happy. The things I do to make everybody fucking happy. Guys! You better fucking like this video, alright? You better like this fucking video. Look at that. Our mic drop was higher.
142 million mic. They sent the
Our
hell
mic
out of
drop was
T5
higher.
out.
Look at this.
Could you guys imagine a max T5 rally?
So that's actually what I'm going to point out here.
Like a max T5. Let's
And then
see.
I'll send
I gotta
a
put this
screenshot
down
in
just to crank. There we go. That's better. So they're really just testing each other right now.
Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Wait! Oh. Oh, yeah, Sanctuary. Great.
Yep, take a look at that.
What? Wrong button.
Blackwing does that. Blackwing does that. So when Blackwing hits your turf now and gives you reds, all those reds go to your Sanctuary. Now that might be a glitch, or that might not be a glitch. I can't tell. Then IGG might be fixing that, and they might not be fixing it. I think it's a possibility if
What's
enough.
about?
Oh, dude, he used the Trojan ability. 2.5.
Let's fucking go! My tier 1 familiars. Wait a minute.
So we're talking about like, so all he had with
What
that was
happened there?
max research.
The siege instantly killed that much? The siege and the range killed that much before anything. Oh, my calves! My calves! They're fucking dying every volley! My calves! They're getting slaughtered! Oh, dude! Yo, you guys see that volley right there? The moment my range and my infantry touched the troops here, they just fucking died.
This is definitely interesting.
Alright. Oh! Here's Oris'
Yeah, I think
stats.
that's pretty loud, man. Hold up.
Look.
Hold up. We gotta turn it down just a little. Crank. We're gonna give it a little bit crank.
984% range.
So
What
they just
the
sent. That's
fuck?
it.
That's without fort. Without fort and no title.
984%. I think
984 range. 984%
You're shitting me.
range. What in the fucking shitballs?
maxed out that I know of is 1,000. I
Jesus.
think 1,100 or 1,199%. It's either one or the other.
Oh my
That's interesting.
God. Oh wait, is that what you guys want to type to him? Not even 1K. What a bitch. Wait. Oh, we're rallying somebody? Two, three, six, 6, 4, 6. We rallying somebody?
I could have sworn the biggest. Yeah, Tashi is really fucking loud, man. Absolutely. I don't mean that in like a mean way, but I had to turn him down a little bit. I mean, he's just an excited
Yeah,
guy,
man,
man. He's just an
fucking-
excited guy.
That's fun.
Like, he loves the game. He gets overly excited a lot of times. It's awesome. It's really awesome to see. Oh, he's getting on shelter as leader. Yeah.
Five, 1-1-3. All right, rescue time.
No, are they really about to go after him?
Hey, it's me. Wait a minute, this motherfucker left. He bought it. How dare you? He ran away, boys. Oh! Oh!
Oh, no.
I took a screenshot of the crying emoji. Of course we're gonna fucking chop it.
This is most interesting. So it is confirmed. It is confirmed that Blackwing. Oh, they found him. So it looks like they're about to go for a rally. To me, it's really interesting that Blackwing doesn't actually give out Red Deads anymore. Well, it does up until the cap of the Sanctuary, and then it can start giving like real Reds, and you're actually taking Reds rather than having those troops going into your Sanctuary. I find that really interesting because it kind of takes away the value of the Blackwing, and a lot of people spend a lot of money on building up their Blackwings and getting them into max. But I guess it does help the free-to-play players a lot more. This K.SG guy, they're just gonna go after him. They're not gonna care.
I'm actually gonna save this.
Interesting.
Guys, don't get peer pressured into doing dumb shit like me. Don't get peer pressured into doing dumb shit like me. Let me check some stuff first. Valley, you can't make promises for me. And I'll show you guys Sugar Cane's report before we hit him. Wait, no. Not that one. This one. Yikes.
Hey, there's Perchy. Look at that. I'd like to get a screenshot of the boy and send it to him.
Board it. Give me a sec. Ooh, my music. What happened to my music? He does want to take it.
543 million. It's a little lion castle. Have we gotten a look at his gear? I think they said full mythic. He's got some reinforcements from other people as well. I don't know how many reinforcements these guys. Probably only got like what two from those two guys right next to him. So a tops of 600K. Yeah, I don't think he cleared his informs either. Oh, he got Blackwing. So no, yeah, so his informs aren't full. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense.
What am I healing?
He fucking
He's
shielded.
shielded.
Wow.
He's shielded? He's shielded? Oh, he's shielded.
Damn, it's a shame. This guy's just shielding.
Oh,
Wasted everybody's time.
Bro. He's shielded. Guys, remember, rule 1, no fucking spamming in the chat. Rule 2, don't be a cunt. And rule 3, don't be fucking racist, alright? We're good. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Because my 4 million tier 2 dead cav did not.
Everybody's saying rally the Sem guy. The dude who just poured it
Guy
over.
wants to get rallied. He's 700 mil.
711 mil. Actually.
Guys, where do you think the best fries are? I love Five Guys fries.
Five Guys? Damn, is he really eating Five Guys, man? That shit's good. Oh, dude, their Cajun fries are the best. If you order their normal fries, they're also good, but they're not nearly as good.
I gotta do all this dumb shit.
It's probably me a bitch to heal those. 2.5 million. It took me a while to just get like 24,000, man. Not really a while. It just took me like
Does
2-3 minutes, but still.
does this shit work? If I were to
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is only good for their chicken sandwiches.
Guys, I'm a farmer. Okay, we're gonna put it right here.
But they're getting ready for... No. That can't be right.
That's wood and ore, right?
What do we got? So what is he doing now?
Wood,
He's just
ore.
doing some shit.
Oh, it's Guildfest, so everybody's on these stupid ass tiles. Wood, ore,
I'm gonna just go back to looking for action.
stone.
Fuck it.
Food gold.
Yes, that was interesting. Yo, but I mean, who's got some of the best chicken? I would go with Popeyes. Popeyes, like, okay, I think Popeyes and Chick-fil-A are probably, we already looked there. Let's go to 623. Popeyes and Chick-fil-A are probably in two different categories because one does like, well, I guess Popeyes does do sandwiches, don't they? So I guess maybe not. But Popeyes is really good, especially because they're spicy chicken. I'm not really sure if Chick-fil-A, I haven't been there in a long time. I'm not really sure if Chick-fil-A's got a spicy chicken sandwich. But Popeyes' spicy chicken sandwiches, man, they are top notch. Absolutely. But if you want like a cheap good combination, if you guys have ever been to McDonald's, they got this thing. Now this is, obviously a little racy of a term, it's provocative, but it's called a McGangbang, right? And this sandwich is consistent of a McDouble and a McChicken, right? You put one inside of the other, and you just basically combine two sandwiches, and it's good as all fuck. Wow. What's up with all this? Like, I think the new trend now, like lately, is like 400 million castles with full mythic gear. Everybody's got one. Wherever you go, everybody's got one. Let's watch these guys bash each other for forts. Looks like they're in a pull. Looks like BLI only wants to be on attack. They're probably just going to chip down an F_F. Interestingly enough. Let's move on. I'm already yawning because it's kind of boring. Jeez. It's pretty boring. WoWs are pretty slow paced. Never the most fun things to watch. TF, Shinopengu. 625. I know TF's got all the forts in here. So head on to 625. And we actually had a discussion. We were in a group call last night. We had a discussion about food. And one of the things that came up that I brought up was Wendy's chicken nuggets. And I think Wendy's chicken nuggets, I think they've got some of the best chicken nuggets. Not only do they have the chicken nuggets, but they have the honey mustard, the most crack-ass honey mustard to go along with it. And you guys are probably going to call me a child for this, right? But let me tell you. There is, I think the company is Tyson. I don't think it really matters what company you get it by, but there's the ones that we've gotten in the past were Tyson. And there's these dinosaur chicken nuggets, right? And they are so damn good. They are the best drunk food to have other than nachos. Nachos, I think, are number one. Number one on the drunk food list for sure. Something you can snack on 12 at night, 2 o'clock in the morning, just the middle of the day. Nachos are the best. I'm talking like fully loaded nachos though. Like I'm talking like olives, jalapenos, all types of cheeses melted onto the chips. Loads of like seasonings, all that kind of jazz. Nachos are absolutely delicious. I don't know if I'm the only one, but sometimes I like to try stuff with like my left hand, and like I'll be like sweeping. I used to play hockey, right? And during practice, I'd be switching hands in between, like just playing hockey, and all of a sudden I kind of switch my grips on the stick from how I typically hold it, like, because I'm right-handed. I hold, left hand at the top of the stick, right hand at the bottom. Sometimes I would accidentally just kind of like let go, go one-handed, and then kind of switch it for some reason. And I don't know if I'm the only one that struggles with this, but sometimes I do stuff left hand that I normally do right hand, like almost unconsciously. It just kind of happens. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm actually just kind of like scrolling through here with my left hand, with the mouse. It's kind of funny. And I just noticed that I'm doing this with my left hand rather than my right. Which is probably why you guys can probably tell my movements are very, very slow. Oh, this looks like it's not loading in. This doesn't seem to be loading in properly. Let's go back to 629. I swear, sometimes my mind has like a mind of its own. That might not make any sense, but like two minds living inside one, one's unconscious, the other one being there. Probably just freak somebody out with saying that, but yeah, it looks like 630 is probably just not very good. Let's check out 631. I don't know why, but I just started thinking about getting, like nails painted, right? I remember this time back in the day, right? I was over at my cousin's house, and my grandma, or Yaya, we call her Yaya because that's grandma in Greek, and she was getting her nails painted or whatever, and for some reason they asked me, "Hey, do you want to get your nails painted?" And they're like, I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like that's the most girly thing you could ever do." This was like during the summertime, and they're like, "No, no, no! Like doctors do it all the time. Like, they paint their nails clear with like a clear coat." I was like, okay, well, I guess if it's a clear coat, then it's not very girly, is it? Right? So, long story short, I ended up getting my nails painted, and honestly, it didn't feel like. I guess it's just like protect your nails from like damage, and it's like a protective coat to make them look nice and clean, and that's why doctors do it all the time. Because a lot of doctors are kind of like, they're not necessarily neat freaks, but they're very what do you call it? Very clean. Let's just say clean. It's crazy how my thoughts work. Because I just went from talking about nail polish to thinking about this time that I was in Canada with my cousin. Okay, so there's this time in Canada, right? And me and my cousin were just chilling. We were out in the hammock right next to, one of the Great Lakes. We were up at their cottage, and we were chilling. We were just, all of a sudden, my cousin looks out on the water, and he sees this beach ball hauling ass across the water. And this thing looked, just mediocre size, whatever. So, I mean, this thing's just hauling ass because the wind's just blowing. Well, we had kayaks on the beach. So we're like, yo, do you want to go chase that down or try to chase it down? And so I'm like, yeah, let's go do it. And so we start chasing after this ball, and we're kayaking, we're paddling as hard as we can. We're trying to catch up to it, but it just keeps on going and going and going. The wind is not stopping. It just wants to carry this ball all the way to the other side of the lake, right? And it just goes and goes and goes. And we're like, okay, well, the ball is right there, right? We thought so, right? And as we kept paddling and paddling, it seemed to be always right there. So we thought we were on its tail. Eventually, the wind kind of half slowed down, so we're able to kind of pick up some speed, get to it, right? As we get closer, we realize this thing is like probably 3 feet in diameter. This thing was absolutely massive, right? So we get there, then we realize the problem. Well, if the wind blew it all the way out here, the wind's really, really strong. we look back and we're at least like a mile and a half out from the shore, and we're like, oh shit, how the hell are we gonna get this back? So then we tried deflating the ball itself, and that doesn't really end up working. I mean, we're sitting there struggling to hold on to it. The wind's blowing in our faces, trying to blow the ball away. Luckily, ends up being that my cousin's dad, my uncle, comes out, picks up the ball on the jet ski, kind of is able to take it back with him. We get to the shore. We start playing around with the ball. Like an hour later, we're kind of playing around with the ball after like traveling a mile and a half back to shore, and I end up going for a kick on it, right? I go for a kick on the ball. My foot goes, instead of just kicking the ball, my foot goes right in through the ball. This big beach ball goes through the ball, pops it. And that was like one of the most awkward, shitty moments of my life, I think. Just having that oh shit moment. Like, are you kidding me? Having one of those, oh my God, Trip, what'd you just do? Oh, you just worked so hard to get this ball and then you just popped it. All that work for nothing. Let's see, C1U, did we just look at them? No. 636. Oh, or this other time where we were up there. Okay, so we were up there, right? And we were up at, my cousin's cottage in Canada, right? And we were, chilling. We were planning on going tubing. So we ended up basically going tubing. And we're on a Sea-Doo. And we've got the cord in the back of the Sea-Doo. I end up falling off, and then I get back onto the tube itself, of course. And we had a lack of communication about where the line that connects the Sea-Doo and the tube was, right? And we got some mixed communication. So my cousin starts the Sea-Doo. It pulls forward. It gets sucked right up inside of the Sea-Doo. And luckily enough, they said, my brother, I think, said, stop, 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 stop. Somebody had said stop. I forgot who exactly was driving, but somebody said stop. The passenger said stop. We had 3 people total. I think we had me, my brother, and my cousin. Whoever was driving, immediately stopped. Luckily enough, we stopped just before the rope was able to strip the gears, or else that would have been a very, very expensive mistake. And we got saved there. We had a heart attack for a moment because it would have been a very, very, very costly mistake. Yeah, long story short, we ended up having to swim the Sea-Doo Sea-Doo in the tube all the way back from that spot out there in the lake. It was about, I think, like a mile or so out. Well, I didn't do too much, I guess, because I was pretty young at the time. But anyways, what a time, what a time. There's actually been a number of times that the Sea-Doo's broken down. Like, we've got a cottage ourselves in like up north, right? And basically, we've got these Sea-Doos, and there's been a couple times where they've decided to short out on me, and I'm in the middle of the lake, or I'm on the other side of the lake from where our house is, and I'm just sitting there like thinking to myself, like, is the world just trying to fuck me over today? Like, because you're looking back, and this thing would be like, like a good mile swim, right? Like, it's gonna be pretty ass to swim this thing back. So I'm just, chilling in the water, thinking to myself. I mean, this is a couple different times. This is just one time. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to pull this back. And like, I've done it a couple of times, and it's funny as I'm pushing this back, and everybody on the lake will be just boating around me. They don't notice that there's a personless Sea-Doo on the lake. They pay no attention to it as I'm like completely swimming it back, and eventually I get like right about like we're at the point where I'm like probably like 0.1 miles away from where the house is or like where the Sea-Doo lifts are, right? And finally somebody notices, oh hey. Out of like the 5-6 boats, that are doing this. This is multiple different times. They're like, oh, hey, there's still not somebody on there. And they finally stop by. They say, hey, you want to tow? I'm like, well, You know, you could have asked that like, 15, 20, 30 minutes ago when I was, pushing this thing along. There's some funny moments like that. I guess, hey, I mean, it's a workout and a half, so probably worth it. Set on to 640. Sometimes, honestly speaking, the water used to scare the hell out of me. Like, dark water that you can't see into scares me. It's not, the fear of drowning. It's the fear of what's inside the water, what lives inside the water, right? I've always had a fear of, turtles snipping off my fingers or my toes or whatever, and it kind of always scared me. It gave me, and leeches as well. Leeches are a bitch. I hate them. I hate them. Just the thought of them. And last year we had this big monster snapping turtle that sat underneath our dock, and I swear to God, every time we had to go rack up the sea-doos, I'd be like half screaming, running towards the dock. Like this thing was just chilling there, just minding its own business. I'd be like, ah, you'd get so scared because like I mean, in a even just an instant, in an instant, the thing could just snap off one of your toes, right? And to me, that just frightens the hell out of me, right? But luckily, none of our toes got snapped, and the dude moved on from our dock to somebody else's dock, and we didn't have to deal with it anymore. Have y'all ever seen sea lampreys? Those are like if you haven't, look them up. Sea lampreys, SEA space AL, I mean, not AL, LAMPREY. Sea lampreys. These things are the most disgusting creatures on Earth. Oh, I just recognized this castle. So they're like these giant, like foot-long, giant little, like, not little, why do I say little? Giant, like foot-long leeches. And they latch onto things, and they will not let go whatsoever. They're giant leeches, and they got these scariest looking mouths, like something out of like a Predators versus Aliens movie, for fuck's sake. Mr. Hell's Reaper chilling over here. The C-24 rally trap. Let's see who's in his prison right now. I imagine he's probably a 24. Man, oh, TFD. No, that's not familiar. Never mind. Let's go on to 643. There's been a number of times where I've been kayaking. And the number one thing to think about when you're using energy to propel yourself in the water, it's not, do I have the energy to get out there? It's, you always got to think. This is what my uncle taught me. My uncle taught me, it's not, you don't got to be worried about the energy to get you out there. What you got to be aware of is the energy to get you out there, and then the energy to get back. Because if you got enough energy to get out there, that's great. But how the fuck are you gonna get back? And there's been times where I've struggled with that. I go out like 2 miles, 3 miles, and it's on like a windy day, and wind's blowing, waves crashing into the kayak. I mean, we're talking like some big monster, like 2-footers, and these things just like come over and they crash onto the kayak, and they're just kind of like a pain in the ass. And 2 feet doesn't sound like a lot, but guys, I mean, it's pretty big. And I don't know. That's just something I've learned in my past where. Just something to be aware of, I guess. What's some other stories that I've got? What's some other stories from back in the day? You know what I did realize? Okay, so I think this was summer after 11th grade for me. This was a while back. So summer of 11th grade. My cousin had just gotten this like geocaching app on his phone, and it was like it had just been the last day of school. Midterms were over, had nothing to worry about. We had the whole summer to look forward to. And I go over to my cousin's house, and we used to hang out all the time, and it still is great to hang out with him. I love hanging out with him. We're like some of the closest people He's probably one of the closest people to me in the world, right? But basically, we ended up going out riding bikes, and he's like, "Hey, I got this geocaching app, right?" I'm like, I think I've heard of geocaching. It's that thing where you like go around, you look for stuff, and like you get like put your name on a slip of paper or whatever. He's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." So we ended up like doing the app. We started looking around. There's all these like geocaches around the area, and I I had no idea about this like secret little. It's not like a sport. I mean, I guess you can call it sort of a sport, but finding these little like prizes or like these hidden locations around. There's some really really neat hidden ones. Some with like electric boxes and like crazy ass puzzles. If you guys haven't tried it, I highly recommend you try it once. Geocaching was an absolute treat. Very very fun. Like like little capsules, like magnets inside of signs. That as well. I found it really cool how the creators of these geocaches would kind of think about where to hide their stuff, and I think it ended up inspiring him into doing. I don't think he actually ever did it, but an Easter egg hunt. We were gonna do like a town wide. Like he lives like 30 minutes away from me, but like he was gonna do like basically around his little area, his part of the city, a giant Easter egg hunt. And he was gonna give like certain riddles and clues and stuff towards where they're going. I don't think he ever did it, but I think that would have been a really cool thing to do. So I remember going around hiding all these eggs with him and stuff. Speaking of, oh my God, when Pokemon Go was a thing. Pokemon Go was a thing back. I don't remember how many years ago, but back in the day, we would like I think it was like summer of something rather. We'd go out biking to like the nearest park, and there'd be all these Pokestops. Like there was a specific park, and it would have all the rare Pokemon. We'd go there, we'd ride there, and I swear to God, like we'd sit there all day. Like we'd bring our little like what do you call those things? Those little Keeblers, I think, like Keebler's crackers or something, or like the little. They're like orange crackers with peanut butter filling. We'd bring those, like a bottle of water. We'd sit there all day, spinning Pokestops, walking around this park, gathering Pokemon. That game was pretty good for a while. I think it just kind of lost its hype because, honestly, it's not like the regular Pokemon games. You just throw balls at Pokemon, and it's like, oh, you threw a curveball gray or whatever, hit the circle, and it was small, so you got a better chance of catching this Pokemon. Whether it always depended on their rarities and whatnot, but it was nothing like actually battling, right? And if you did battle, it was in gyms, and if you battled, it was just literally tapping the screen and swiping the screen back and forth. And honestly, they kind of did Pokemon wrong. I think they did Pokemon Go completely wrong. I think it should have been more like the actual video games themselves. But I did hear some success stories about people losing a hell of a lot of weight while playing Pokemon Go, and I thought that was really cool. The fact that people were able to go out and do something they enjoy while, losing weight and kind of, getting healthier, getting in shape. I heard about some dudes who lost like a 50 to 100 pounds. I thought that was just really, really inspirational. Um, some other stories. Oh, I'm not sure I want to bring out the drunk stories, but oh man, there's some crazy, crazy drunk stories. Oh, how about this one time? So basically, we throw a party up north, and it's like semi-annual, right? It's this new thing we started last summer. It's like so it's only happened like once during the winter, once during the summer so far, but actually we're doing like a part one, like with like just about half the amount of people, kind of soon, but like this upcoming Monday. Yeah, I'll be taking like 3 days off of YouTube. But anyways, so we get trashed. We get all drunk, and then we wake up in the morning. We're all like hungover, whatever. But there was one guy that just wasn't getting up, and he was just fast asleep. But he was on a cot. He wasn't on a bed. He was on a cot. My cousin and that brought two of his buddies up. They were all sleeping on cots. Well, basically what we decided to do. Well, first we thought, hey, we've got an air mattress. What if we were able to put him on an air mattress and float him onto the center of the lake? Like, I forgot what movie that was, but it was like, if you've seen the movie, there's the two little twin sisters with orange hair that end up putting their dad's girlfriend on the lake or whatever. So everybody, ever since I think everybody's seen that movie, they've tried it with themselves. They've tried throwing people out, like their friends that are, fast asleep on the lakes. And I've seen videos of it. So we thought about doing that, but we thought, we were on a steep hill, so like there's no way we're going to get him down without absolutely hurting him or hurting ourselves. It just wasn't feasible. So we ended up just kind of putting the cot, we lift the cot up, we put it outside very, very gently. And everybody's like, shh, 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 shh. Yo, come on, gather outside. So we're all up on the deck. We're in the second story of the house, and we're looking down at him. My cousin goes, and he's like, yo, watch this. So he takes the lighter, right? He's got a lighter in his hand, in his right hand, and a firecracker in the other. He lights the firecracker, throws it right to the left of him, and it starts popping off, and all you start seeing is his body just shake like he's having a seizure, and the dude just wakes up, and it's like, oh my fuck, gets up, like just with the most dazed and confused look on his face, and it was really, really funny. That's one of the more mild stories, though. Some of the more extreme stories I probably am not going to share. I guess there's the one. Okay, wait, I can share this one. So, here we were. I was up, so my cousin, one of my cousins, the one I'm really close to, was going to university, I guess. University nearby, right? So I visit him often. And as I said, we're really close. We hang out a lot. We know each other very, very well. So this was around Halloween time, and I mentioned to him, I said, hey, I'm going to bring up my dinosaur costume, right? And it's around that time for Halloween. I bring up my dinosaur costume, and we have a ball with it. We're just running up and down the hallways of the dorms with all drunk with the dinosaur costumes, freaking people out, making people laugh, whatever. And we got the idea, hey, why don't we get dinosaur costumes for Halloween? And so he ended up getting one, and we went out, but it was the most. I want to do this next year because this Halloween ended up being really snowy and shitty for us. It ended up like literally snowing, and probably an inch or two of snow was on the ground. By the end of the night, it was pretty shitty. But I definitely think like running around with dinosaur costumes. If you can get a group of like 10 people and just run around and look like a bunch of idiots, I think that would be really just funny. I remember watching this video. This guy like Mr. Beast on YouTube, and he got a group of like 10 people, then 100 people, then 1,000 people in these dinosaur costumes, and it seemed really funny to me. So I think that's the goal for this next upcoming Halloween. Will be to get as many people in dinosaur costumes as we can and just roam. I just think that'd be a really, really funny idea. Oh, I just realized. Story time with Tripoli. I just realized the comments were flowing in. Comments were coming in and I didn't even notice. Yeah, I guess the last one I saw was Tashi is so loud. LOL. How's it going today? Oh, dude, my day's going fantastic. Yeah, my brain, it just jumps around from different things, right? My brain works different than a lot of other people's, I think. Probably because of ADHD. But I say one word and then another thought pops in my brain, a memory from the past. I think I already talked about that one time where this guy was dissing my dad. Yeah, I did, but I'll retell the story anyway. I know I definitely have said this on stream before, but there was this guy this was first grade. I was at this Catholic school. And, it's the type where you have to, wear your uniforms. If you guys aren't from America, you don't know this, but Catholic schools, you have to wear, like, uniforms or whatever. Just kind of like I think normal schools, actually, over in, like, Ireland and England, all that. I think they all wear, like, uniforms and whatnot. It's just a simple uniform, white shirt, dress pants and stuff, right? But here I am, and this guy just dissed my father. We're in the middle of recess, and I'm on the blacktop. Normally I'm on the swings, but we were on the blacktop. This guy was supposed to be my friend. We played soccer together. You know, we kind of knew each other, and we were kind of we were not necessarily close, but we played soccer together, right? And we talked a decent amount. Well, this guy had just dissed my father, right? And here I am on the playground. I'm like, yo, you don't do that. You don't just diss my father, right? You know, he really made fun of him in a specific way. And I was like, fuck you, basically. I took my fist, and I swear to God, I gave him the fastest, hardest right hook I've ever given to anybody. And this kid dropped to the ground crying. I didn't quite knock him out, but he dropped to the ground. He fell back, and he started crying. I just walked away. Luckily, I didn't get into any trouble for it, but I had to teach him a lesson right there. Like, there's certain shit you just don't say. I mean, I don't know what the guy was dealing with at the time, like parental wise or whatever, but shit's fucked up, man. Just shut your like, that's what we learned as kids. If you don't have something good to say, just don't say it. Right. Your girlfriend is being a big baby again? Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Wolfie. Let's check out JG. Was that TSB? Throw me a bone. Burn it down. One of the first dudes that ever hit my trap. Right after the familiar update happened, too. Let's see, what other stories do I have? Things that I can remember from the past. Okay. So, typically speaking, right? In like older homes, you have creaky, like kind of like a creak to the house, right? You know, whether not necessarily that it sways in the wind, but sometimes like I guess the wind will make it kind of creak, and you maybe have like kind of creaky floorboards or whatever. Well, back in the old house that we used to live in before my parents got divorced, way back in the day. These floorboards would creak every so often. Like, you know, you'd walk across them, they'd creak or whatever. But every so often, they'd creak on their own. And there was this one night, our parents were out. We were chilling together, me, my brother, and my sister. We were just chilling. And all of a sudden, we start hearing the creaking, right? And it really, truly did. It sounded like footsteps. And it kind of sounded like they were ever so slowly coming closer. Well, we were in our sister's room. We were just compiled in there. Like, just kind of chilling on our sister's bed, right? And we were just kind of sitting there, and these floorboards were just kind of creaking, and they were getting it was getting louder, closer to my sister's door, and it ended up being absolutely nobody, right? It was just one of the freakiest experiences. We ended up calling our parents because we were scared shitless that there was somebody that had broken into the house, and somebody that was slowly trying to tiptoe and sneak their way towards us to like kind of kill us or murder us. And I don't know if y'all ever have had that problem, but I have a picture to send you about me and my baby trap. Yo, send that to me, man. Let's go check out 654. WDG. Was BRR here beforehand? I don't remember them being out here. One thing I can say about drinking, guys. Everybody's got their specific drink. I know a lot of people specifically that struggle with like a certain drink. It fucks you up and makes you do things that you shouldn't do. For me, that is tequila, right? I have said some really, really dumb things on tequila. I've only drank tequila, I think, twice, and it's one of the nastiest drinks I've ever tasted. Like, it does not float down the hatch correctly. It's very, very bad. But here I was, you know, we were up north, and it was a little get together. It was me, my brother, his girlfriend, one of my cousins, I think my sister. I said something that I can't say right now, but I mentioned something I, okay, I mentioned a previous girlfriend of his, and right in front of his girlfriend, and it was just not good. It made the whole room, and leading up to this, my brother back in the day, he was kind of he would lash out, he'd make fun of everybody, and he'd be kind of aggressive, right? So my experience with him is that I basically he lashes out, he makes fun of everybody, and nobody really gives too much shit to him back, right? And he thinks it's playful and funny, or at least he used to. And really, I mean, personally, it got in my feelings. Being that he's my brother, I've got some emotional attachment to him, right? So the fact that he made fun of me kind of hurt me, even though I wouldn't express it. And, he'd build me up. Basically, I'd build up the emotions inside me, and then tequila made me really, really express them, like really, really express them. It was bad. It was really bad. That's why I'll never drink tequila ever again. I blame it on the tequila, but it's like an awesome kind of. We got a Baron going on, do we? Go watch this when I share my stories. No, we can't. Why is there a Baron going on? Roth Chalice? When does this go? Hold on. Warford Chalice one day. District Wonders. Ooh. I heard 454 is in this. Is that right? Hold up. So I don't know. So I guess you can't tell, but somebody said something about 454 being paired up with Us for Baron. This is gonna be interesting. I would definitely want to watch this. Get this A&W root beer float. Holy shit, is it good? That's right. They have actual A&W stores. Sometimes I forget about that. A&W is kind of underrated in my opinion. Yeah, real cane sugar. Okay, so I went to a Greek camp back in the day. This one time, right? It was me and my cousin, the one I'm really close to, and we headed out to Greece for this camp. It was a Greek Orthodox youth summer camp. Well, youth as in young adult. So we're heading out to Greece, and it's a kind of like a lockdown, kind of like tightly run camp. Right, and we go out to this one meal out in, I think, Patra or so, and we're out here in this really, really, really fancy restaurant, and they serve us these Coke, these Coke bottles, and I was like, okay, well, there can't be anything different, I mean, it is different because I don't think I've ever actually seen Coke in a bottle, but the second I tasted it, I knew something was different. And this Coke bottle was like the Coke inside was made with real cane sugar, and it was so fucking good compared to the normal stuff that's made with like the fake stuff, like the preservative type of shit. Thinking back in the day, we used to. Okay, so all right, so I got a couple. Okay, I got a couple in my mind. So back in the day, what was it? We hated going to church, right? We absolutely hated it. Just like a little kid hates to eat vegetables. We didn't really like to go to church because we would rather sit there. We'd rather watch TV during the weekends and whatnot, like during our Sunday. Well, one thing I've learned to appreciate from back then was going to church. So we used to go to church, and it used to be like an hour away downtown in the city instead of going to one that was closer. And there was this guy. His name was Victor, and then there's another guy named George. Vic was, like an army specialist.
he served in the army for a while. So he was taught a lot of discipline himself, right? And he was really really good guy, and this guy taught me and my brother just an immense amount of discipline. Because basically, like when you're serving as an altar boy, you sit there and you stand by the altar, and you just stand there and you stay. You're not supposed to like move too much or anything. You're just kind of supposed to stand there and sit. And sometimes you'll go out onto like the it's not the foyer, is it? It's the I don't think it's the right word. The landing, the platform right out in front of the altar, and you hold lanterns or whatever, and then you bow. You have to sit there, and you have to stand. Like they teach you to like not fidget. Just pure discipline. I love those guys for teaching me, because I feel like it's really benefited me, like not just like patience wise. It helped me build patience, and on top of learning to listen to others. And keeping like well, like I don't know how to describe it, but they taught me some great lessons and gave me some great great values. Some really really good times back then. Oh my God, back in the day. Okay, so basically, we moved churches. Okay, and when we moved churches, it was the one we went from the one that was like 1 hour away to the one that's like now 15 minutes away. So when we moved churches, it was like, kind of weird at first, but I think it was during Christmas and Easter, right? So the priest, right? There's like a specific time of the year. He brings back wine, hot wine, and this stuff's like 0.002% like alcohol content. It's the communion wine. Of course, it's like basically got no alcohol in it. Brings it back, and it's for the altar boys to drink and eat some of the bread that he gives, right? We call it andidro, right? I think I pronounced that correctly. I hope so. Or else I'm about to get roasted by my Greek buddies. But he brings that back, and we start dipping the bread in the wine and stuff. And I don't know if it's just group mentality or whatever, but we started acting like we were drunk and stuff, and pretend like we were drunk, and like, oh, so drunk by the wine or whatever. And that was one of the most awkward. Looking back, it's such a cringy experience. Like, you guys, okay. Now here's another thing. Do you guys, does anybody else do this? Where you're just doing something, an everyday task, and then all of a sudden you get hit with one of like the cringiest moments of your past? Because I swear to God, I'll be at work, right? I'll be, because I work at a sub shop. I'll be buttering some bread. And all of a sudden, it's like, yo, my brain goes, yo, you remember that one chick from high school? Yeah, the one that turned you down for homecoming? And I'll be like, oh, fuck. And it just kind of like comes out as like really cringy. I guess I can go kind of share that story now. Here I was, like 10th or 11th grade. I ended up asking this chick to homecoming. This girl, she was a really cute girl, kind of, sort of, but like whatever. And she seemed really nice, so I asked her. Of course, I brought my sign, I brought my flowers. I asked her out. I didn't really know her, and I thought, hey, I'm gonna ask this girl to homecoming, and I did. She said yes. She said yes in front of everybody. We start talking. We talk for a while. And she says, oh, my parents won't let me go. I'm like, oh, okay, well. Number one reason I could tell why she was lying is because of the way she dresses at football games. I could tell the way she kind of dressed at football games, kind of slutty, not sort of like, full hoe, but kind of sort of. I was like, okay, well, yeah, it's a lie. So I knew something was up, and I knew she was lying. And lo and behold, when it comes time for homecoming, first of all right, I'll share that after. But so I get there, and guess what? She's there with another guy. I'm like, fuck, that hurts. Fuck, that hurts. It hurt pretty bad. But honestly speaking, why waste my emotions on somebody who clearly didn't like me, right? That's just kind of how I view it. From years forward. What's it called? Okay, so this is one of the funniest things where a fortune cookie became true. So before this homecoming that I went to, before I went with my group of boys. My group of boys from some of the hockey boys, some of the guys I met back in 10th grade. So we were going off to like P.F. Chang's, a Chinese restaurant, and we all order our dishes, like rice this, shrimp that, like we get the shrimp fried rice or whatever, the chicken, like the kung pao chicken or like the General Tao chicken, whatever. Which we get our meals, we eat, and then the fortune cookies come around. We kind of select our fortune cookies, we open them, and this thing, it said, "You will soon find something that you have recently lost." Right? I thought nothing of it. Right? But then we get into one of the boys' dad's car to go on to homecoming. We're getting kind of hype, whatever. Then I realize, oh shit, where's my ticket? I had lost my homecoming ticket. I was like, we get to the door. I'm like, hey, is it possible? Because I knew where it was. I had left it in my pencil case inside my locker, and I don't think at the time they were letting people go back to the locker. And luckily, I got a teacher escort to take me to my locker. I grabbed my ticket out of my pencil case, and I got into the dance just to see that one girl with another guy. But it is what it is. High school was probably one of these shitty. Ninth grade wasn't all too bad. I would say it was probably one of the better years. It was fun. It was fun. We had a lot of laughs. We had a good amount of laughs through high school, but honestly, it wasn't very fun for me. I think it was more just kind of lame. I think it was just ninth and senior year that, like freshman and senior year that we had the best times. And 10th and 11th were kind of a drag, Holy shit, look at all these people porting in. Yeah, CDU dot. Oh, look at that shit. CDU dot did get ported up in there. Yeah, we're definitely watching this. Like in senior year, everybody literally stopped. Okay, whether it was from the first semester or the second semester, everybody just stopped caring. Nobody cared about the grades. Nobody cared about anything. Everybody just cared about having a good time. And I think that's what I enjoyed most about 12th grade. Because after the first semester, it was like, you know what? What matters most? Me enjoying myself or my grades? And I kind of chose me enjoying myself a little more over my grades. Do I regret it? No. It didn't affect me at all. Teacher said it kind of would, but it definitely didn't. Not at all with what I wanted to do. Feels bad to hear, man. Yeah. It happens. And honestly, it's more like shame on her for not telling me the truth, but people are the way they are. And if she was too embarrassed or you felt too awkward sharing that, then maybe she's just got some shit to work on, right? She's got to work on her own person before that. Hey, we've got Rian up in here. Look at that. I heard Rian he's probably like 900 mil now? Just about 900 mil. I heard he trained a bunch of T4 for this. So we got 8_1 from ours. We got KOT from ours. Got a bunch of big kills. This is going to be a big one. I wonder who's going to win this. It could be Woody, honestly speaking. Oh, VN Captain? No way. You get the 11K guy. He's got 3 11K heroes and a bunch of gold mythic champ. And a lot of experiences led up to this, but I kind of came to the conclusion that how do I put this? Talking to girls seemed like a waste of time at a certain point. It got to the point where I was like, why am I wasting my time playing these games with different girls? Why don't I just focus on myself and focus on having fun with friends rather than trying to, And I did start dating girls at a specific point, but then I kind of stopped, right? I used to be like, really prominent on social media. I used to, always be checking Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. And I just decided to stop. I kind of half did Snapchat for the rest of it was just some point in like high school. I think it was like 11th grade. I just stopped using social media, and to this day I barely use it. I only use it to contact like the people around me. And I'm glad I did that because looking back and like looking now at people on social media are so insecure. So many people continue to use social media and they are absolutely so insecure. Just looking at other people's posting what they're doing and the picture perfect people. I mean, I see my own sister is absorbed in social media. She sees like, the Kardashians or whatever. Even if she doesn't like them, she still like follows them and looks at their posts and shit. And she talks about it occasionally, like, oh, like what are they doing? Well, like some of these people, that's how they get famous, you know? Well, like the Kardashians, right? And I can kind of relate this to Worthy Prince, as I have in the past, where Worthy Prince is kind of like the Kardashians because the Kardashians, whether it's positive or negative attention, they get their name out there and they get people talking about them, and that's kind of why they're famous. It all started from the sex tape, but then they kind of branded it into like the TV show, and it kind of went like that. Worthy Prince does the same shit where he gets that negative attention. He started shit with other YouTubers and stuff, and he does that same shit. But social media is the same way. Like, there's a lot of negative things, but there's also a lot of positive things. If you look at just the positive things, social media can be a great place. But people typically use social media, for memes. Like me, I use it for memes, like TikTok. There's a hell of a lot of memes on there. I fucking love TikTok because there's a lot of great, funny content creators out there. And there's just a lot of stupid shit out there. People getting into drama. People getting all these types of drama, man. I just do not fuck with that lifestyle whatsoever. Seems like people would get stressed out over that, like people get stressed out over other people's business. Almost, sort of. Should I pour it in right there? Somebody's gonna take it, like, right, yeah, figured. Guess we'll just kind of watch this. And honestly, I have to go take a break real quick, guys. I have to go to get something. I'll be right back. Feels bad. Oh.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Yeah, we're just kind of chilling today. Guess we'll just kind of watch this and see what kind of happens. I'm pretty sure. So I think 454 stacked as many of the many T4 T5 players as they could into one guild, which is CU. No wait, PUB. PUB is that guild. Let's see. Did they make a brand new one? Like it's like level 1, level 31. Interesting. So they like combine with a different guild. Oh wait, but didn't I see CU down here from like VN Captain, right? So yeah. So they seem to have split into a couple of different guilds, which is very, very interesting. Look how many rallies are launching. You can't even tell what's going on. You can't tell who's going to go what, and who's going to be able to counter you, who's going to cap you. Are you going to be able to paw the fort fast enough? What if you're sending the same time 3 other people are sending like a counter march? End up getting capped. Like, what if it's the case where somebody's got a low end troops already, right? And you go in, you hit their fort, you burn them out by barely because they full countered you, and then somebody comes in with a full counter march and then just fucking destroys you. I'm sure it's happened before because I've heard people getting capped on these before. In the stream of one troops and scouts, man. Looks like Woody Q8's taking over, and look at all these reinforcements coming. They gotta have one guy in there. Oh, looks like they pulled. What if a rally's about to come in there or something? Yep, there we go. Sugar Beastie, SGV. You also got E. Looks like E/E/E, whatever. Let's see. Went full cav. Let's see. Oh, couple of nice hits. Oh shit! What do you got capped? By Dr. Wico. Damn! What he just got capped? Just as I was saying. What if this happened? And look at that, it just happened. But he gave him his leader back. I guess that's kind of the respectable thing to do. You know how shit that would be if you got your leader capped in this, like as like a main lead. Hey, what's up, Shreo? How do you pronounce that? Shreo? Keep wanting to say Shla, but Shah. Shreo Shah. God, can you tell I've got a speech impediment? Maybe it's just my brain. Looks like RG decided to disband. Appears they were going full range. We got RGA coming in with a what appears to be a full range as well. No, wait, that'd be an inf, right? I think it was kind of like half mixed gear right there. IRN coming in. Takes the fort from, I don't even know who was in there beforehand, but... yeah, yep, correct. Nice, man. Yeah, welcome to the stream. We're just watching the Baron. We're just kind of watching the Baron and seeing what's going on. Nothing all too interesting, but to me it's pretty interesting. To watch these guilds go at it like this, not knowing if you're going to get capped, not knowing how many troops you're about to lose here. Like, look at this 6'9" guy coming in. He's going full range. But either he just canceled or he already got kicked out of the fort. Just like that. Just like that. Let's see, what other, looks like Woody Q8, yeah. They gotta have somebody in there with like a hell of a lot of like 75% speeds that's just like spamming them. Look how fast some of these marches are coming in. Oh, did any walk back though? Yeah, it looks like Fig Bar's walking back. Looks like a couple other people are walking back as well. They got lucky. Absolutely got lucky there. If somebody covered a rally, I'm pretty sure they would cap Woody right now. Was that Woody walking back right there? Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's sending his leader to these. Yeah, but it was champion. It was champion Imp Boots, but if you saw the top right, it had a fucking Codex on, which is Cav range. That's what threw me off. Yeah, don't think I not know what I'm talking about, man. I saw what he had. It's just if you looked at the top right, he had a mythic Eternal Codex as his offhand, which confused the absolute shit out of me. Like, why in your Inf set do you have an Eternal Codex? That mainly just, I mean, that's all it does. There. We can go check out my purple. Yep. That's all it does. Range attack, cav attack, and cav HP. That's why I was a little bit confused. Looks like nobody's interested in really maintaining, except for like Woody. I think Woody's interested in like kind of maintaining, but a lot of these guilds seem to be pulling pretty fast after the rallies get up in there. I think they might just all be interested in getting some Baron Jewels. To me, I wonder if that's all the reason all these guilds are here, not for the actual Baron title. Maybe the Baron title is just an added bonus. I'm not seeing anybody from SGV walking back right now. I think they might have just gotten capped in the fort.
One of the give. Oh, it was already announced, man. It was announced just a little bit ago, actually. I honestly don't remember which video it was, but the winner was announced. Oh, it should be the 932, I think. Let me check it out. Yep, it was the Legend of Cardabot video that I announced the winner. Just watch it now. All right, well.